Hi, my name is Kristen and this is Kristen Graves Books. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit out of breath. I just had a dance party. I do not watch Masked Singer. I see clips of it online. I see that there's theories that Clay Aiken and Ruben Studdard are on there. That brought me back. I was a big American Idol fan back in the day, and then I was listening to Invisible by Clay Aiken, which is the most problematic song. It is so creepy, but I was having a dance party to it, and now I have to film because I have to have this edited for tomorrow, and I'm a little out of breath. And you didn't need to know all that, but here we are. So this weekend is the Weekend of Peace, or Peace Talks as you probably remember it from last year. This is a 48-hour readathon that happens during Realmathon, and it is just a weekend for all the teams to come together, not attack one another, just have a weekend of peace, and you get 10 extra points for every book that you read during the weekend. So my plan is to read some novellas and really be dedicated to this. I am somebody who loves the idea of 48-hour readathons, but I get burnt out real fast. So we will see how I do. Being the co-host of Team Creation and being on the live streams and stuff, I feel like that will help me stay motivated, and I'm really looking forward to it. Now, I don't own any of these books physically because it's just hard for me to justify paying full price for a novella, and they're harder to find. So these are books that I have e-books for or are available on the Libby app, through Audible or Everand. So there are quite a few books on this list. I think I calculated it and it's just over 1,000 pages, which doesn't seem too bad if I'm really dedicated to doing this. And a lot of these have been on my TBR for a minute. Some I just found out about now, but I'm really intrigued by, so let's just dive into this. And if you are participating this weekend and have posted a TBR somewhere, let me know, or just tell me what's on your TBR, and I hope to see you on all of the live sprints. The first one is a book I talked about in my Realmathon TBR, and this is Princess Florinda and the 40 Flight Tower by Tasman Muir, who wrote Getting the Ninth, which I always say I'm intimidated by, though I do own a copy. I have friends who pressure me to read it. I will get to it at some point, but why not just read all of her novellas and short stories? I read the one that she put out with Amazon last year. I can't remember what it's called at this point, but I really did like it. So let's try more of her writing with this short story, and it's obviously like a Rapunzel retelling. It's the vibe that I get, and it's following a princess who was put at the top of a tower by an evil witch, and there are 40 floors with different dangers, and a prince has to come and save her, but none of them have ever made it past the first floor. So she's determined to save herself, and I think we see her descend the tower and go through all of the challenges, which I think could be a really great time. I've heard amazing things. It's blue, there are animals on the cover, and it's the one I'm going to start the readathon with. Spear by Nicola Griffith is one that I would like to get to. It's the longest book on my TBR, but it's been there for a while. It's been personally recommended to me. Apparently the writing's really beautiful. All I really know about this one is that it's a gender-bent Arthurian retelling, and it's supposed to be really fun. I'm hoping that it's not too much of a quest story. Arthurian retellings don't always work for me, but I trust the people who have recommended this to me, who have led it themselves. So it's one that I hope to get to. I do have the audiobook, so that should go by pretty quickly. I think it's just over 200 pages or just under. It's around there. Another one that I've had for a minute, I actually got the audiobook of this one from Readathon before it came out, is The Deep by River Solomon. River Solomon is an author who I've been wanting to read from for ages. I have had The Unkindness of Ghosts on my TBR for a while now as well, but this one is on the shorter side. It obviously is a blue cover. There's a giant whale in the back. Whales are one of my biggest fears, but I'm down for it. I'm just going to read you the first sentence of the synopsis because I think it gives you an amazing idea of what this is actually about. And it says, the water-breathing descendants of African slave women tossed overboard have built their own underwater society and must reclaim the memories of their past to shape their future. I've heard amazing things about this one. I think it's going to probably be the most difficult book that I read this weekend, but it's one that I have been wanting to get to and I really should get to, so high priority as well. This one I'm not sure about. The audiobook is on Everand. It has a blue background and there's a weird wolf on the cover, so I put it on here. I think it's a novella put out by Tor. It's A Season of Monstrous Conceptions by Lena Rather. It is a historical fantasy of midwifery, monstrosity, and the rending of the world. It says it's for fans of the Essex Serpent, which is a book I love but never talk about on the channel very often. And it's set in 17th century London. It's obviously a novella, perfect for the readathon in terms of what's on the cover. So I don't know how I feel about a story about midwives, but I could be open to it. So I haven't heard anybody talk about that. So if you have read that one, let me know your thoughts on it. Then I have two books from the same author. This is Primu Muhammad, and the first one is their new release, and it's called The Butcher of the Forest. Obviously there's some animals on there. I love a darker enchanted forest story. It's really my bread and butter at this point. A world-weary woman races against the clock to rescue the children of a wrathful tyrant from a dangerous otherworldly forest. It sounds like my vibe. Then the next one by this author, that I just love this cover so much. I think this cover is so cool, and this one is on Everand, and it's called And What Can We Offer You Tonight? The reviews on this one are kind of mixed on Goodreads, but a friend loved it, so we will see how I feel. It says, in a far future city where you can fall for the government call of a single mistake, and what can we offer you tonight tells the story of Jewel, established courtesan in a luxurious house. Jewel's world is shaken when her friend is murdered by a client, but somehow comes back to life. To get revenge, they will both have to confront the limits of loyalty, guilt, and justice. I love a good revenge story, so I'm actually pretty excited about that one. Then we have Lies of the Ajango by Moses Ozutami, and actually the sequel to this one just came out and is getting good reviews, and it has a blue cover. So maybe if I love this first one, which I think I will, it's getting amazing reviews. It's been on my radar since it came out, and it does sound like something I'm gonna love. I can get to the sequel as well. I am on a library hold for that one, but I think I should get it by the weekend. We will see. They say there's no water in the city of lies. They say there are no heroes in the city of lies. They say there are no friends beyond the city of lies. But would you believe what they say in the city of lies? And our main character lives in the city of lies, and in this city, when you turn 13, your tongue is cut out, and in exchange you get provided water because they're in the middle of the desert, and our main character's mother is dying. She desperately needs water. So he's about to turn 13, and he makes a deal where he will go outside of the desert to find water for the community if somebody within the community provides his mother with water while he's gone, and it all goes from there. So looking forward to that. I've heard it's incredible. And then last, the one I'm probably most scared of is one I have an audiobook copy from Libro.fm, and this is Wild Spaces by S.L. Cooney. I'm scared for two reasons. There's a dog on the cover, and whenever there's a dog on the cover, I am always scared that the dog will die. That makes me nervous. So if you know, send me a little message somewhere to let me know what happens to the dog. I need to know. And it is cosmic horror, which I haven't had any success with that I can think of. It's not my favorite subgenre of horror. I just don't get it. I have asked a million times. I still don't quite understand what cosmic horror is. But I have this one. It's a blue cover. Obviously there's a dog on the cover and some kind of octopus or something. So we will see. I definitely want to try it. It's a 4-hour audiobook, so why not? If I don't listen to it now for this weekend readathon when it's so perfect for my team, I'm just never going to, so I better do it. So those are the books on my radar at the moment. I'm sure that this is going to change. I'm sure that I'm going to be influenced by what other people are reading, everybody else that I'll be on sprints with, and all of you in the comments. I'm easily swayed, and I'm just curious to see what is on everybody else's radar. So again, let me know what team you're on if you're participating this weekend, and I hope to see you all there. Bye for now.